I didn't much
Kill it.
see that popping up. Yeah, it's dead because it's. I don't think it came through.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
That's fine.
Hey,
Hey,
look.
there we are. Look at that. Pretend there was the intro music. You know the intro music, right?
Yeah.
Sing it, Justin. It's Lady Gaga. That's not even close. I should know what that is. That's Lady Bagok. It's a chicken. Stop it. Stop it. You're not a guy. You're not a giant chicken. Oh, we got cameras on us, too, so I can't make faces at you. Stupid. Maybe if I transition to the cameras, though. There we go. Hey, look at that. It's almost like we have no idea what we're doing. Hey, everybody. It's hashtag Wrestlepals. Why can't I make eye contact with the camera? Look at the camera. Look at the camera.
It's right there.
That's your camera.
Uh-huh.
I can't look at. If I look at your camera, this is what it looks like.
You
look at my camera, I'll look at your camera. See, that's what that looks like. Actually, it looks like something very interesting happening over there.
Over yonder.
Well, we're both looking the same direction if we look at each.
Oh.
I'm gonna look
What's
at mine.
happening over there?
I'm gonna look at mine. You look at yours.
All right.
Do you feel better?
Sure.
Hashtag Wrestlepals, everybody. No, you're getting first intro on this.
Oh, okay, fine.
This okay. It's hashtag Wrestlepal Justin. Look, I can gesture towards you, and I'm actually gesturing towards you.
Oh, that's
nice.
good.
And I'm hashtag Wrestlepal Nate. Spooky finger. What are you doing?
Actually, Jarrett told me to keep spooky fingering.
But I've requested that you don't. But you do. Why?
That's what I do.
Oh no! All of my mystique is gone. Oh,
behold the mystique of Nate.
Oh, you're taking my character away from me, Justin.
Taking the piss.
Nah, I did that before the show.
Oh,
I'm a
that's a good
responsible
idea.
broadcaster.
Yes.
Kind of. But you put the green screen behind me. It's a good idea.
Well, Matt did.
Okay, I know, and I just happened to sit over here first. Seems to be a problem. Now I gotta press buttons.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
The buttons that don't get pressed, it's all my fault. Intro, sorry everybody.
Actually, no. It actually got pushed, but I don't know what the. There's just a setup thing. We just haven't we still haven't figured out the new setup yet. So, I assume there's a button push or a right click that we're missing to send this gimmick into that gimmick, the OBS machine.
What's odd is I'm actually getting 2 feeds here for sound.
Oh, that's not good.
I'm going to kill that one. And I'm going to stay on that one. I bet that sounded stupid.
Oh, I wonder. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Because we'll hate each other. Not each other. We'll hate ourselves later.
Yeah, we can do that later. Because it's hashtag Wrestlepals. We've got wrestling to talk about, Nathan, because wrestling has been happening.
No, I'm fine.
You know what? You've actually inhaled more wrestling than I have this week.
I don't know how or why, because it hasn't been so much Raw. It hasn't been so much SmackDown. It's been all the other weird things.
Yeah. You actually watched 205 Live, which...
I watched 205 Live, dude.
Let me ask you this.
What?
So, I mean, as many times... Like, you and I, when 205 first came out, we both went out of our way to try to watch it.
I think we both had that kind of feeling of, it's hard to get to. This ain't easy to get to.
Yeah.
Even going to a live show where it's being broadcast, it's like, wow, this is hard to get to. It's hard to watch SmackDown and then stay through the pyro that nearly killed Matt. And
no pyro no more.
Pyro's gone. They'll find a way to kill him. It'll be fine. Tiny chairs to squeeze him in.
Kalisto for an hour. That's right.
That'll kill Matt. Oh, Kalisto kind of trying to wedge his way into Titus Worldwide. You see that? Never mind. That's another link for another time.
Yes. So, I mean,
I accidentally watched 205 Live.
Well, I mean, I felt as much as I've loved Neville's run, he's not a reason to watch. Like, he's been great, and like I've loved the pay-per-view matches.
Mm-hmm.
I loved watching him rise.
Or the pre-show matches for the pay-per-view at least.
Yeah, you know,
it's like, what can you do?
But like,
how are you supposed to build on that?
I feel like January when he won is pretty much when I stopped watching 205 Live.
Oofa.
I just decided to not keep up with it anymore. Mm-hmm. Or, I'd keep tabs on it, but not watch. And I've watched a couple here and no, I'm sorry. The last official time.
Apologizing to. I don't care.
The last official time I watched 205 Live, I used to keep up with it until the SmackDown where we went live. And then, because I saw it live, it immediately dropped out of my, I need to get this in. So then ever since then.
That's the exact opposite effect they're trying to have, right?
Yeah.
Like, hey, aren't you excited? You just watch SmackDown. You stay for 2. Don't you want to go home and watch this? Nah, I'm fine.
No, I'm
I
fine.
saw it. It was okay.
And then, and again, it's nothing against any of the guys. It's just it's too much. There's just too much stuff going on, and I'm not going to go out of my way to watch that show live. I'm just not. And it's maybe now because I did watch last week. I think it was. I watched last week, and I think the reason I watched last week is the same reason you ended up watching this week.
Man.
So at the very end of last week's show, Neville defeats Tozawa, and then suddenly some very familiar music hits.
Yep.
And I was like, "Wow, what's this? Nice."
Crowd loses their damn mind.
Isn't it weird? He shows up. Okay, so he shows up on Raw the night before, and nobody cares. And it's the same crowd. They were in Brooklyn for 4 straight days.
Yep.
So at the pay-per-view, they don't care. At Raw, they don't care. At 205 Live, suddenly everybody loves Enzo again? Whatever it takes.
I guess, man. I don't know what happened. You know, it's like, hey, here's the... I can't explain why it's magic, but it kind of was. And it got me to... The reason why I ended up at 205 Live was I went to the network specifically. I'm surprised at how little I ended up watching on the network.
Right.
Without having current Raw, current SmackDown on there, I'm not going there as much, except for the pay-per-views.
Right.
Or whatever they want to call them, network events. I went there specifically for the Mae Young Classic. And then it was like, 1 tab over, 205. I feel like more wrestling. I just had 3 hours of women's wrestling. That was great. I would like for small men now. No, they're not small. They would destroy every one of me. Every one of them would destroy me. What? 205 is pretty big for a dude. Okay, I'm fine. But it was like, the Enzo thingy here. Which is so weird, you know, because everybody's been all that backstage rumor. Oh, Enzo's kicked out of the locker room, this and that. He's unwelcome, and he's burning his welcome, or whatever bad analogy you can come up with. And then Cass gets injured. You figure at the end of this breakup, Cass is going on, and he's gonna have his little singles. Would be a fantastic singles competitor.
Right.
He's out with an injury. Enzo's left on his own. Look at him going and making something of himself and 205 Live, going over to 205 Live.
And do you get the feeling that all of this backstage heat stuff is by design?
All I know is Enzo shows up. I got to see Grand Metalik.
Yeah,
that's all I wanted.
And Cedric looking huge.
Dude,
you're gonna lose, Cedric.
Too many.
You're gonna gain some weight, Cedric.
Oh man,
I don't mean it that way. I just mean like he looks big.
This is a thick dude.
Yeah. Can we get him off of 205 Live and start seeing what he can do with the rest of the roster? Maybe.
Who knows?
So Enzo has become a reason to watch 205 Live, but I ask if it seems like all this backstage heat stuff coming to the forefront was planted, because it seems like he's doing some bad things here since coming over to 205 Live.
He's. Do you have chicken shit baby faces?
I guess.
I mean, he's even said something along the lines of, "Hey, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying."
Yeah.
He's a good guy. Yay. All right. Chicken shit baby face. I love it.
It's just funny that like all that stuff comes out, and now suddenly the guy that everybody's loved for years, him and Cass both, now everybody on the internet's turning on him just because of backstage rumors. And now suddenly he's doing this stuff on television, like cheating to try and win.
I'm okay with it.
I'm fine with it, but I'm wondering if it's slow burn, if we're getting...
Hey, Eddie Guerrero was charismatic as all hell.
That's also true.
And he was a cheater.
He was, and
it was great.
He was a heel most of his career until he won the big one.
Just saying, you can be as long as you're charismatic, you can do whatever the hell you want.
It's true.
It's wrestling.
But Enzo's a reason to watch 205 Live. I mean, it didn't make it. The only reason,
and he wasn't even my favorite part of the episode.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean that one that I watched. Now I don't know. I'm confused if it was a week ago or 2 weeks ago. No, this would have been a week ago because it's
the Gentleman's Duel.
We had the kind of
was
street
2
fight.
weeks ago, right?
Street fight with
It was last week.
yeah,
Right.
street fight with Jack Gallagher and Brian Kendrick.
The Brian Kendrick.
sorry.
Does it feel like there's a star whose star has fallen more than Gallagher though? He's great, but like I feel like the reception for him has completely cooled, and if he just kind of feels like he's just a guy again.
You know what? Afterwards, I went and watched best indie entrances. Just found a random YouTube videos like best indie entrances, and they had Gallagher coming out with his Toreadors, and the crowd singing along with it and clapping along with it, and it was like, oh, this is amazing. I just feel like the U.S. crowd just isn't quite they're not quite ready to buy into I don't know, man, because it's still the same. It's post SmackDown. We were tired that night.
Yeah.
And it's just not quite. It's just not quite. But you know what? This was Gallagher and Kendrick, street fight ish, and I loved Gallagher's street fight wear, which is basically business casual. He came out. It was like instead of the suit, he's got he still has the button up, but he has the suspenders. Takes the suspenders off because that would be cheating, maybe. I guess I don't know. And he still has like damn dress shoes on. It's like this is great.
That is great.
And he was a maniac.
Good.
But it wasn't like a raving, like seething blood. Well, there was blood, but it wasn't like he was cool, calm, collective, brutal. So and it was a fantastic thing. It's a nice difference. It's like that's what he should be if he's going to be a brutal monster at any point. He doesn't need any reaction.
The gentleman killer.
Dude, it was very, very, very much felt that way. The Brian Kendrick is the man with the plan. His plan apparently was just be murdered for an hour.
He's the man with the plan.
It's the greatest thing. Makes me happy.
I love it. It bugs me that there's so much potential there. I think part of it is we may need to just take them off of Raw. I get it with the 3 hours, but like,
you know what? I feel awful with him on Raw.
Yeah,
because it's the first thing that you get cut. I end up watching. This is a weird thing with the network, and I don't know if this is typical of a viewer. I don't go to the network unless it's a pay-per-view or some sort of special event. Mae Young Classic got me to go to the network. Mm-hmm. In order to watch 205 Live, I would have to go to the network. But I forgot what I was going to say. Now, you have to go to the network to do it. And I remember now. Yay. Raw, I end up watching on Hulu. I end up watching the Hulu edit. Hour and a half from 3-hour show, minus commercials, ends up being minus a little bit of stuff, ends up being an hour and a half. First thing they end up cutting is going to be the cruiserweight stuff, and then some of the undercard, some of the mid card, or any sort of non-title feud gets cut. 205 is like the very first thing they're going to cut.
So why are they there? I mean, it's clearly to fill the 3 hours.
I guess, but I'm not, as a fan who ends up watching via Hulu and not the network because of ease of access, I'm not, and they don't even have the Raw and SmackDown like right away, next day. I want next day viewing. I want to be able to watch it my own time. I don't want to watch it live. I don't want to watch it with commercials.
Right.
I like Hulu for that. Hulu's giving me an edited version where I'm not getting all of the show. And there's no way for me to get it unless I go illegally. How am I supposed to get it?
Sidebar to that, though.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen any of these. SmackDown has taken to doing the picture-in-picture commercials, where they will bring up the commercial, but they'll pull back like the live feed of what's happening in the ring.
Ooh.
That's a lot of fun. I mean, obviously, you're losing commentary, and you're still getting the ads, but you're still getting wrestling throughout the course of the ads.
Right.
And so it's like you can, instead of having to come back, oh, and this is what happened during the break, you're watching it as it's happening during the break. I don't know if that would change how you feel about, watching either of them live, but I think it's neat.
Nah. You know what? I like the ease of access. I like being able to consume it at my own pace and rate. And I got to tell you, honestly, on the nighttime, I'm doing stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
a weird work schedule. I get a Tuesday off from work. The first thing in the morning, I like to watch a Raw. I'm trying to squeeze a Raw in this morning. Couldn't. I needed 3 hours of women's wrestling before coming and doing the show. But still, that's where I would squeeze it in because that's where it's comfy for me. That's where it works for me. The only way I can get it currently through Hulu. Currently, way legally to support the product, to support. I'm not calling you out. No, it's okay. I won't tell them.
But see, this is why it was so important to me to make sure I got my network back.
Right?
Is instead of both you and Matt offered to give me your logins. I don't always buy shirts. Maybe once a year, if that. But my $9.99 a month makes me feel like because I enjoy the product. Overall I enjoy WWE more often than not. I enjoy what's happening on Raw, SmackDown Live. NXT is 9 times out of 10 great now, and then it was important for me to get that back. And to that point, I think we've had this conversation a couple weeks ago, but I really wish, and this is also again to your point, that at least not a month before the most current Raw and SmackDowns hit the network.
There's actually weird potential coming up here. I don't know when it is. I think it's one more year. I think it's 2018 that it comes up. The deal with USA.
Right.
The last time they did it, they negotiated. They ended up doing a 3-year deal. I think that's coming up next year. This may be a time when this could be a chance for them to part ways with a network, or get a better deal with the network, or work on some way to change up the exclusivity. It's like, hey, we want to give you Raw Live. We're going to make it a worthwhile event for people to tune into, and we need to be able to take that product and use it elsewhere. Their flagship show, they can't put it on their network.
Yeah, and I mean I guess this fits right along with what you're saying. Like, word has come down that so Raw and SmackDown is Raw specifically is going to be live this year on Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah, yes. The women of the Hardys
not happy. A lot of people not happy.
First of all, we're going to expect Rebby is going to say something.
Of course.
And what did she tweet out?
She tweeted out a picture of the Grinch.
Fantastic.
Christmas is ruined.
Yes, because that's the 25th. Christmas Day is a Monday. New Year's Day. I'm fine with New Year's. New Year's Day I can give you. Christmas Day, I don't know.
It seems iffy.
Seems a little rough. There's going to be a Santa Street fight.
I mean, there usually is, which is the question of
Someone's
why
getting
are we
thrown
doing that
through
live?
giant presents.
I mean, unless you plan on doing something huge and actually part of the story, which is why. And I'd
like them to get together and have just a nice dinner, all of them.
But this is where it all comes together, though.
Season.
Apparently it's coming from the network, not WWE.
Yep. Not WWE Network, the USA Network.
USA Network, yes. So
we want live programming. Dude.
I mean,
I'm sorry, these guys are on the road always.
Yeah.
Can I have a day? Please? Please, sir. I'd like to see my family.
So I don't know if this becomes some sort of, bargaining chip for the E, where they can be like, hey, look, you kind of made us dick over everybody and their families.
You guys are jerks.
Yeah.
So let's talk.
I don't know, maybe. But it also may mean that we won't have a meaningless Christmas episode this year. It may actually be a must-watch. Because usually it's easily passable.
I want a giant table, and I want them all to sit there together and have a nice chat. And be thankful for the times event and stuff. So
we'll see.
It's not going to happen.
No.
There's going to be giant present boxes. Someone's going to get thrown through them. Jason Jordan's going to give a Northern Lights suplex to, I don't know, somebody.
Probably Steve. And Jim the Steve Man Steve. So the big news of the week
Poor
is
205. Poor 205.
205.
Enzo made me tune in. I didn't think he would. He made me tune in. It made me interested enough to click once over because they got me to the network with Mae Young Classic. Enzo got me to click one over and press play.
So maybe they're onto something with moving them over there.
The Rich Swann and T.J. Perkins have a nice little storyline going on. Yeah. It's fun, and it was easy to jump back into too. Nothing too complex, nothing too wacky, nothing too weird. and I got to see. I took pictures. Creepy Rich Swan, happy. I won a match face.
Saw that.
Love Rich Swan. It's great. I can't handle it.
But the big thing is the Mae Young Classic has continued. They released 4 more episodes, which
4?
Yeah,
doesn't matter. It got all the way up to the finals.
Right. I was able.
Numbers be damned.
I was able to watch the second round yesterday, and then before coming here today, I was able to watch the third round. So like, I still have 1 more episode. I'm one behind right now. I'm not at the finals. I'm at the quarters, and while there wasn't any more, I hesitate to use the word standout performances. There was a lot of people coming to the level that you expected them.
Yeah, man.
And a lot of great wrestling, specifically in the second round.
Yeah, there was a lot, we were talking about that last week. There was a lot of times when I was like, they were all right, I guess. Yeah. Everybody who had any doubts about they get to that second round, they could feel them be a little more comfy. And damn, there was not. I don't think there was a bad performance at all the second round. It was great. I mean, do you want to do a little rundown here? I get the main bracket, but I can.
Yeah.
First of all, do you have any standouts overall? Because everybody's going nuts over Kairi Sane,
right?
Because she's a goddamn pirate.
So
what do you want?
Well,
even JR's like, look at that hat.
Yeah.
And then Tony Storm comes out, hey, look at that hat.
My favorite line. I think this was in the second round. She really likes aquatics, Lita. She's a pirate, JR.
A yachts person. Don't call her a yachts person again. It's the worst thing.
I love it.
Are you anti-selling her? Stop it, man.
Oh God, it's so awesome.
But I mean, little things like her outfit. She has like a rope.
Yep.
She's got her, and then something about a yacht thingy on the elbow pad and stuff.
That's great. So I mean,
goddamn pirate, a yachts person.
You know, coming into
ever call me a goddamn yachts person? I'd be so mad.
Coming into the tournament, it was
watching you comments.
Dakota Kai, Tony Storm, and Kairi Sane. That was like the big hype. Like, and these were the 3.
That's right.
No, and she wasn't that far behind, other than in the one gimmick where she never showed up. She was one of the 32 people, but they didn't.
Oh God, the bracketology where they did a focus feature on everybody, but we only had time for 31.
Yes,
32. Nah,
can't do it. Sorry, Jay.
Nah, there's a reason Baskin Robbins stopped at 31.
Yeah,
it's a nice round number. Round? It's prime.
Yeah. What are you gonna do there?
I don't know. Nobody likes a prime number joke.
But so those were the 3 that I hadn't seen any of them, but those received the most hype.
Right.
And those were 3 of the women that I was most excited to see. And they've all, to be fair, have lived up to their hype.
Absolutely.
I think, they came in, they've done exactly what you hoped they would do.
Mm-hmm.
So that leaves, then there's the next tier of the Piper Nivens, the Mercedes Martinez.
We had a lot of hype with Baszler as well coming in.
Right.
Oh, this MMA lady's gonna make a transition into. Nah,
and it, all of it's like they were good. You know what I mean? Or they've been good. Now, Baszler, on the other hand, has stepped it up.
Everybody got better that second round.
Absolutely.
Everyone was. Everybody that I had any sort of reservations about in the first round stepped it up to, wow, they're really great. And everybody that was really great that first round was like, I love them all.
Yeah. So, I think in the second round, the best match was Mae Young and Shayna Baszler.
Oh, yeah.
They were outstanding. It was a fight. It was more than a match. It was a fight. And just watching... So, in the second round, the story was basically you can't make a mistake against Shayna because she gets the win. Mae Young goes for 450, misses the 450, and Shayna immediately
was caught with her legs on the landing.
Yeah.
First of all, it was a fantastic 450.
Yeah.
Holy hell! I wasn't expecting. It's like, that's really good. And then get my little list there. And yeah, straight into the choke, man. It was ridiculous. And we even had that later on. I mean, if it gets us a little out of the bracket talking, but
it's fine.
Candice LeRae had advanced to take on Baszler, and setting up for that Miss LeRae's Wild Ride. It's like, oh, wow, look at... Oh, shit, she's in
Mistake.
trouble.
Yep.
Oh, no.
Mistake made. And speaking of that match, though, Candice LeRae hugely over, and in
Especially
doing
with Johnny
so,
Gargano.
Yeah, well, yeah. In doing so,
Mhm.
Baszler got legitimate boos.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
How dare you hurt Mrs. Wrestling?
I'm not saying that there's never been a woman that has gotten boos, like especially bad guys. I'm sure it's happened.
Yeah, Bailey. Sorry. It's low blow. You don't deserve that.
You son of
You
a-
deserve better, Justin. I'm sorry.
And I just mean for like the boos for the right reasons.
Booze. Oh, the bad guy did a bad thing, Justin.
That's a boo.
The bad lady, she's mean.
Because when Sasha was a bad guy in NXT,
Uh-huh.
we got Sasha's Ratchet,
Right.
but equally right back we got no, she's not.
Right.
So
Yay.
she wasn't getting booed.
Yeah, they won't let a bad guy not be a tween. There.
Charlotte wasn't getting booed when she
Oh.
was a bad guy. Initially, she may have when she turned on Bailey, but I don't think by the time she was champion, I don't think she was getting booed.
Mhm.
Asuka's, yeah, she was doing bad guy things, but she's not getting.
She's
she
a
wasn't getting
badass.
booed. Yeah,
It's a bad guy and there's badass. There's that fine line. Baszler's being just a bad guy.
and getting booed for it, which is tremendous. So, I mean, you talk about somebody who's got a star rising. She had something to prove here, and she's proven it.
I like to suspend disbelief and suspend anything I have coming in, any predisposition.
Right.
When I come in to watch. But I have to admit, coming in, I was like, Baszler. Okay, they're gonna make an MMA lady do the thing. It's fine.
She gonna do.
I'm not gonna like her. Nope, I was wrong. She's good.
She's real good.
She's wrestling,
Yeah.
and it's very good. Because nothing I hate more than let's see the MMA person in here come in and do MMA things and beat up people. It's like, I don't like that. No, I want to see them come in and wrestle. There's a difference.
I forgot what they changed her name to, but she was Daria, I think, Baronato or something. She has a new name, and for the life of me, I can't remember. But she was on Tough Enough, and then she made the transition to NXT, and they've trotted her out a couple times, and she's supposed to be this MMA chick, and she's not bad, but like there's nothing to grasp onto, nothing to like or dislike.
And there's a weird thing. It's like you get the competitive nature, you get a lot of the basics down. You get like zero showmanship for the longest bit of it. This is another thing that came out of the later rounds. I don't know if you've seen it yet. They did play it up as a little bit of a backstage confrontation. Their backstage is outside, by the way.
Yes.
Of here's the 3 of the 4 horsewomen of MMA, and the 3 of the 4 horsewomen of NXT and wrestling, and here's this confrontation. Look at this weird stare down.
It was a little uncomfortable.
They want Ronda Rousey so bad.
They do.
I have seen nothing from. She can make face, or she can be happy. It's like the two. Man. I'm not interested at all. Not interested at all. Baszler is wrestling.
Yeah.
And is portraying herself as a wrestler and is putting on fantastic matches. That makes me interested. I couldn't give a damn about Ronda Rousey or the other 2 who I have no idea who are.
And
I'm sure they're great.
I'm sure they're fine.
At what they do, they're great. What they're not is wrestling personalities.
Yep.
And you see Becky, Charlotte, and Bailey having to like, yeah, we're tough. Meanwhile, on the other side, you see 3 just make face. Stop making face. Why don't you be a person? Because they don't yet. But the story whip your ass any day of the week.
Maybe they should have just left it at the ringside.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah,
and you know who handled it best with the ringside stuff was Baszler.
Yep.
Coming out just kind of like giving him a no, just nothing.
Yeah.
Just, these whatever they are.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah.
She's great, understanding those little things. And that's where I developed my love for Mercedes Martinez. Mercedes Martinez apparently helped train Baszler. So that's kind of the story going into your 3rd round, which you haven't got to yet.
Right.
Mercedes Martinez coming in, I was like, I don't like her. Again, my predisposition. big mean lady. I don't like you. And with the little air, maybe it was the air horn in her theme.
Yeah.
It's like, all right.
It's like, come
we
on.
get it. We get it. It's cool.
Okay.
We're gonna make her salsa dance and shit too.
Great.
She was sweet.
Well, her and Nicole Savoy
Uh-huh.
and Baszler, the three of them, like are a trio on the
Yeah.
indie scene.
Oh yeah.
Mostly in Shimmer, I believe.
Oh, here's another thing for you to go if you go back and watch this. If you go back, somebody pointed this out. Now I can't unsee it. All of the like promo stuff where they show a lot of Shimmer and wherever everybody's come from, they're all beating just the ever living shit out of Ruby Riott. Just
I've
Heidi
seen a lot of
Lovelace
that,
is just
yeah.
getting beat by everyone everywhere, and they're all here. No wonder she's not there. I wouldn't show up either. No, 30 of those 32 have beat my ass. The other two I just haven't met yet.
Yeah.
Kavita Devi and Xia Li. They're going to beat me if I show up. I'm not coming.
Kicks to faces.
Oh,
Kicks to
dear
Nathans.
God. I don't know, man. Nah.
Hashtag kicks to Nathans.
I'm good with that. No, I'm fine. Please don't hit me.
But your question was, so far, Baszler is definitely a standout.
Mm-hmm.
But if you ask me, the star of the tournament, no matter how it finishes here, it has been Abby Lath.
Dude.
She had the match of round one, hands down.
Also, she had... I don't know. All of round two was so good. They keep putting her in that opener match.
Right.
Because it's a hot-ass open.
She was with Evers in the second round, which, by the way, again, we talked about...
I came out that first round. I wasn't hyping on Evers. I was like, hey, look, she's got merch. It's cool.
She kind of, snuck a victory, it seemed like. It was like, okay, cool.
All of her higher-end stuff good, and I felt like the fundamentals were a little, okay.
Right.
All right.
She put her in the ring with Abby Lath, and suddenly we have a dynamic matchup.
And everything looked good.
Power slam off the top rope.
Mm-hmm.
It looked smooth. Powerful.
It was vicious.
Yeah.
It was playing to her strengths and how the commentary was building her up. She's
powerful.
Yeah.
She's strong. She's a lifter.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. And
yes,
brought out the best in her.
They brought out the best in each other.
Absolutely.
Abby Lath is going to scream at somebody every match. It's great.
She's really definitely set herself up, because then in the next round it's Mercedes Martinez, which again we both kind of had that predisposition with her. It's like,
she's being the bad guy. I guess I gotta have bad guys in here somewhere.
So
cool.
She's wrestling Abby Lath in the third round, and I was she's been bringing out the best out of all three of her opponents.
Right.
I thought for sure coming in, because again, we talked about this off air, like I knew what she was capable of from seeing her in Chikara. I knew that she was a good wrestler. When I saw her get signed to NXT, I'm like, oh yeah, let's get her on TV.
She's the princess that saves herself.
Yeah.
It's a great little tagline.
I thought for sure, like, oh no, maybe this is a blown, because she's only been on a couple times. Like she wrestled Ruby Riott once on television.
Just beat the shit out of them.
and then I feel like maybe one other time as enhancement talent.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, well, is this a waste? Like, are we just not going to use her? Nah, man. Like, I think this was smart, because she comes out as a star out of this. And if they don't use her on television regularly, that's just stupid.
And there's a whole thing about these tournaments. And we went through it with the Cruiserweight thing of you don't have to win to be a star. Not everybody has to win.
Nope.
But, winning can mean something, but not you don't have to win to win.
Right.
She's one that did not have to win, and she had 3 fantastic showings. And in the end, she made me buy more into Mercedes Martinez, who's a consummate veteran, and they keep playing that up. She's got the most experience there, 16-year vet, and you can tell she's amazing. It's just I wasn't buying into the character so much. And
right.
No. She beat Abby Lath. I'm mad at her.
Right.
And then the next round, it's her against Baszler, and then they go into the backstory of how they trained each other. There's a begrudging respect between the two of them, and I ended up being like, I came around on Mercedes Martinez, like, well, she's really good. Yeah. She's a 16-year vet. Did you know that? Yes, I did know that. I told you. They've told me forever. Because, they put it into my head what her character. They built what her character is. She's tough. She's strong. You can care about her. And damn, I bought into her. She didn't need to win at that point. Baszler moves on.
And just to shift it back to Abby Lath.
Sorry.
we have
You can do that anytime you
somebody
want,
pretty
no
much,
matter what conversation we're having.
Somebody pretty much knew in Jazzy Gabbert, who was an unknown, who I thought for sure, like, they put Abby in the tournament just for.
Oh man, they're gonna feed her
over.
to the monster.
I honestly thought Jazzy Gabbert was a favorite. You know what I mean? I thought she was at least gonna run up. It was gonna be her and Shayna probably.
Right.
So wrong. First of all, awesome, but they got her over. Like,
Jazzy got everything she needed out of one match.
Out of one match, she's somebody I want to see more of. I'm absolutely interested in seeing how she develops. I want to see her on television more. So amazing.
Yeah, and I think I mentioned that last week. They had like little dark tag matches. Crowds are going nuts. Please sign Jazzy. Please sign Jazzy. And at one point, like Triple H like remarks, "Hey, look, man, you're messing with my budget here. How about all right, I hear you. Easy."
And then,
yay!
And then in the next round with Evers, again, both of us kind of came out with, whatever, Evers. And, on the other side of the match with Abby, wow, Abby's still a star. She wins, but she made Rachel Evers
she
look
barely
great.
made it past this powerhouse of Rachel Evers. Meanwhile, in the first match, I was like, nice shirt, lady.
Yeah. And then
yay, look at you building.
She made us care about Mercedes Martinez because we didn't want her to win.
Right.
And now that takes you into the next match with Shayna, where now you care about her.
Yes,
it's insane. Like, again, Abby Lath is the star of this tournament. She didn't win the whole thing, but to me, she's the star. She is the absolute center of it. Again, I mentioned
and she
this.
didn't need the win.
She didn't need the win.
Right.
Going forward, we have Kairi Sane and Toni Storm on the other side, and then
even before we get to that, we have coming into that second round, another one that I came out of the first round going, I don't know what I'm really seeing. Bianca Belair.
Oh yeah,
Bianca Belair versus Kairi Sane. It's like, wow, we got some vicious Bianca Belair.
That was great.
And you got to see more of what she could do.
Yeah,
and Kairi Sane's back fist.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. It's the first time I was like doubting rooting for Kairi there. I was like, she's vicious. It looked so good and sounds so good.
The hair thing, like we kind of had our
reservations.
Yeah. But I mean, when
or as some would say,
correctly,
I hated it. And then,
but when used correctly against the right opponent, wow! Like it
sounds loud and mean, and then there's that weird confusion on the ref and from the announcer. Well, I guess if she grew it, she can use it. Okay,
it's technically not illegal. Which
yeah.
I mean, whatever, gray area, but at least they addressed it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can call me stupid. That's okay. I'm gonna put it out there. Commentary wise, JR asked what the EST means. Okay, look, I'm stupid. I thought Lita didn't give an answer.
But she did.
I thought EST stood for something like something E, something S, something T. Eastern Standard Time, which is weird because her name's Belair. It's in California. I don't know what I'm talking. And then I mentioned that in the pre-show to Justin. Justin's like, well, she's
the toughest.
Oh. I still don't get it. Tough starts with a T. The strongest starts with an S.
Fastest.
That doesn't start with an E. I still need an E. What's the E? Suffix. I'm stupid.
She's the
Oh, okay. I get it.
I mean,
I'm sad. Miss Belair made me sad.
That's fine.
Because I'm stupid.
But that was
not her fault.
That was an excellent second round match.
Oh yeah.
And again, like you talk about somebody not needing the win, but still coming out with her stock higher. Bianca Belair.
Oh yeah.
She's set up now.
She's great, and she's one of those ones that's super athletic. I can see her going either way. If they wanted to play babyface, she absolutely can. And we got to see a little bit of a mean streak, and I liked it. I liked it that much more.
I feel like that's more natural for her.
I think so.
She looked really natural in there against Kyrie.
Like her burst speed's amazing.
Yeah,
just from a dead stop to destroy you. Good stuff.
Yeah.
We had this was a sad match. Every match after the first round, Dakota Kai, Kavita Devi, ridiculously viewed YouTube match.
3.1, like far and away the most
so far.
Yeah,
but I felt bad for Dakota Kai after that because she she's fighting people that I don't want to see. I want to see her fighting bad guys.
Yeah.
Never coming odds. Second round, she had her against Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
Oh, the adorable Australian versus the adorable New Zealander. Aw.
It's a bummer that one of them had to lose because
Rhea Ripley took the little
20,
heelish.
Yeah.
Oh, she's
20. She's fine.
That's the thing. The upside of a lot of them is like how young all of them are.
Yeah.
Even the vets aren't that old, man.
Yeah.
But she's 20, and Toni Storm was the other one. I was surprised to hear she's 21.
Yeah, dude. Watching her in the ring again, she's like the maid star of this tournament. Like she was outstanding.
I knew that Toni Storm would be the star just based on the lead-in package that they went.
Yeah.
With the like sparks behind her, she has that like pelvic thrust thing forward. It's like that's a rock star pose, man, and it's well deserved.
She has so much poise and presence for somebody that young.
Who was she up against? In the second round, she was against Lacey Evans,
who also great.
Because Lacey Evans went a little meaner that second round.
Yeah,
I love. Well, you know what? I've seen her in NXT, and I've been like, okay, I get it. Okay, the pinup thing, that's interesting.
Interesting character. Let's see what.
As far as the pinup thing, when she has her hair up, and then like halfway through the match, it starts coming down and stuff. It's like, oh shit, it's getting real.
Yeah.
This makes me happy. I love that as a weird little gimmick, and that sold me on her. Like, oh, she puts her hair up, and then it's down. Yeah.
But she had a decent first round showing, but she was one of those ones that's like, oh, okay, you know. This match against Toni Storm, she really had to go out there and she had to work. She can, and I mean, again, it's one of those moments where it's like, that's all I need from her. I'm invested in this character now because I already knew that the character was there. Let me see what you can do in the ring, and now I've seen that she has some explosive stuff that she did in the first, and I've seen that she has a mean streak in the second. That's all I need from her. She's already signed to the company. We've already seen her. Let me get more now.
Yeah, and shoot, I forget. The end of that match, fantastic way to display Tony's finish. That strong zero.
Yeah.
That white noise neck breaker thing. It's like, ooh, vicious looking. And then she has to face Piper, and then the question was, how's that going to happen? But they found a way around it. So one of my picks, Piper Niven, second round.
You were a
she's
little
up
disappointed in the first round with her.
A little bit, because my expectations were like way up because I do that.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's like, I like this. I hope it's great. And it's like, it was good. Then I got sad.
Yeah.
But it was against Serena Deeb. Ending. Oh, I love the playing up of the ending of the comeback story.
Yeah.
Just fine.
I hope she still gets a chance to come to either NXT or SmackDown or Raw. I really hope so because I was geeked up to see her again.
Think she could be a good brother?
That'd be awesome.
Oh, so, there's somebody also theorizing on that with the whole maybe bring in Rachel Evers, acknowledge that she's Paul Ellering's daughter, bring her in with the Authors of Pain to combat Nikki Cross.
Oh, okay.
On Sandwich. Like, there are possibilities. The fact that there's room to theorize about where they could end up, where they could go, how they could fit in is a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
So Piper against Serena Deeb, ending the comeback story, and you saw a lot more out of her, and it got sold on the whole throws them into the corner, stepping back away from them, giving them the little fist on the chin, little push, like, hey, kid. It's like, okay, kind of heelish, or she's not playing heelish, but she's got some heelish tendencies. I like this. This makes me happy. It gets through Serena Deeb and gets to the Toni Storm thing. Tony does that to her.
Beautiful.
It's like that's the round-to-round storytelling. That's a wonderful, wonderful thing. The little and just frustrates her, makes her so mad.
Yeah,
she's so mad now. Oh,
I loved the match between Toni Storm and Piper Niven.
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought that while it wasn't the match of the tournament, it's way up there.
There was a little meanness between the two of them, but there was a respect. A more face-ish respect between, because they were trading the little pinning combinations, and then they both bridged.
Yes,
out of it, and they shook hands upside down.
Upside down.
It was wonderful.
I mean, it's one of those things where it's like something different. Like nobody, and I think that's the best thing about this tournament. And they did it for Cruiserweight Classic as well, but more so here with the different styles. Not very many of the matches have been the same.
Right.
You've had lots of conflicting styles. You've had lots of different stories being told, and it's just been made for fun television.
Yeah, and nothing's been crazy either.
No.
They haven't tried to overthink it. They've gone with stuff that's worked, but they've been aware of everything else that's going on and reacting accordingly.
That match, because I'd been sold on Toni Storm anyway, and I had come to appreciate Piper more after her match with Serena.
I've seen you. You were wearing your little glasses and your little hat. You guys are showing support. It's
I am a
fantastic.
Toni Storm mark. I don't care.
I love all of them.
There's
not a woman in the tournament that I'm not absolutely crazy about.
Yeah.
What was the weird one that I also was like, I love her? Where was she at? Hold on.
The weird cat lady?
Oh, yeah, Sarah Logan. Fantastic.
Oh, her too, yes. She was great. She wasn't
Oh,
the cat
no,
lady.
it wasn't.
She was,
No, maybe not Crazy Cat League.
She was the one.
Panther Amazon.
Yeah, that lady from...
No, hold on. No, this is a long way to go for just one person. Nope.
Do you remember who she wrestled?
Damn it. Never gonna remember. I think that must have been Reina Gonzalez.
Maybe.
She's like, oh, she's 6 foot. And she's from Texas. Things are big in Texas. Oh, she has a weird eye patch thing on. I love her. She's great. That's amazing. She's got a hat and an eye patch. And she's not the pirate? Okay.
She's a pirate, JR.
No. Poor JR and Lita, especially Lita, catching so much hell online. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
It's their first time working together, and you know what? Lita doesn't have a lot of commentary experience. I'm okay with this.
I want to use that to get to something else that's happened in wrestling.
Okay.
So hold your thoughts on that.
Announcing. Okay. So Piper Toni Storm match. Selling the Tony wants to suplex the entire time. Ain't gonna happen, man. Not gonna happen.
No chance.
Not gonna. Nope.
Suplex.
Piper gets a little frustrated, goes up top. Oh shit, suplex.
Yeah.
And a big ass leg drop. Look at you, secondary finisher. I'm excited with this.
Again, for somebody so young,
and they use that leg drop later within the Kairi Sane match.
If you ask me, she is further. Like, I was thoroughly blown away the first time I saw Paige on NXT. Like, to see, because she was roughly the same age, wasn't she? 2021. She was super young.
Somewhere right around there.
Like, just how polished she was. This is the first time I've been that excited for something that's not character work. Because with Bayley, it was mostly character work. And I mean, she proved that she can wrestle later on. But it was mostly about her character work. This is all just seeing her. I mean, some of it was buzz and people saying, hey, you should check out Toni Storm. She's great. But having her show up and be as good and polished and again, present as she is, I'm in. I'm a mark for her.
There's always that worry of like, they're coming in from all over the world and all these different places all over the world. She's great for there, but is she going to be okay here? Yeah. They were all good.
Yep. Dakota Kai living up to the hype for sure too.
Absolutely.
Kairi Sane, definitely.
And even they built it as Xylee's first match. For a first match, fantastic.
Yeah.
And Kavita Devi, not a whole lot of experience. First woman from India coming here, and I'm expecting. Okay, this is going to be
garbage.
Nope, was not. It was fantastic.
There's so much upside from this tournament.
I can't think of a single person that's coming out of this looking bad.
No.
Not a one.
Nope.
Amazon Cat Lady. Even that is interesting. We're talking about her.
Yeah. But, like, everybody has somewhere to go. Like, whether it's...
Well, it's a long way back to...
whether it's on
we know.
WWE television or not is, the question. But
you can just at least say, hey, quarterfinalist in the Mae Young Classic. That's part of your resume now.
And that's amazing. And I guess ultimately, and Triple H has said as much.
If one of our local places around here was like, "Hey, Marty Bell is going to be here,"
I'll be there.
Absolutely,
I'll be there with bells on.
You just
I didn't mean to do that.
Take your time, enjoy. good.
Is Toni Storm signed to the company, or is she still independent?
I don't know. These are things I should know.
Because I know Dakota has been signed. Kyrie has been signed.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, Rhea, she has been signed. Abby
was already there.
Right. I think Nicole Savoy hasn't been. They clearly have plans for Shayna to be signed.
Absolutely.
I don't know if she has yet.
Still, none of them have Googled Queen of Spades yet.
Nope.
I'm blinking as loud as I can.
Blink. Surprising.
Blink. Blink. Or
How
they were
long?
into it. Whatever, man. Hey, cool.
I don't think Mercedes Martinez will be signed.
That stinks. She's great.
But
She's one of those ones that I could see her being, not enhancement talent, but if she's responsible for where Baszler's at,
right.
she could do a lot of good with a lot of people.
Yeah.
Especially under Sarah Amato.
Yeah.
And having somebody like somebody who can still go too, coming in and being a trainer, it'd be a fantastic spot.
So maybe she does. Maybe that's her role.
I'm still hoping Sarah Amato maybe doesn't show up and Sarah Del Rey comes out and beats the hell out of whoever wins. Just hoping she wants those roses.
Good luck.
Oh, you haven't seen that either. To get to the semifinals, the winners each as they win the match, Triple H, Stephanie McMahon, Sarah Amato, come out. Triple H gives them a bouquet of roses.
Oh,
so weird seeing Shayna Baszler being handed a bouquet of roses. She doesn't know what to do with it. I was like, do I eat these? No.
Smack somebody in the face.
She just kind of holds them down and away at an angle, as if, get these away.
I don't want these.
I get it. I don't want it. Kyrie knew what to do. She was like, and they played that up. Kyrie during her semifinal match is like, oh, there's no smiling here today. And then all of a sudden the smile was back after she. I hate to spoil for you.
Oh, I've got 2 more matches.
They are very good matches.
So.
You're going to get Kyrie Sane versus Toni Storm.
Right.
Which is going to be absolutely fantastic. We didn't even get like Kyrie Sane versus Dakota Kai. Dakota Kai with a size advantage.
Right?
Weird.
Yeah.
Love it.
She's tiny.
And then she played like kind of heelish a little bit.
A little bit.
It's fun. Those ones in that mid-range are playing both sides of the fence a little bit when it's necessary to advance the story.
You noticed that Dakota in that match didn't have the hair up?
Yeah.
Hair down? Mm-hmm. Little things. Little things.
I could see which ones like brought like 3 outfits and Dakota had 2. But did the hair thing.
Yeah.
Enough of a difference.
Yep. Again, to me, just to round out my thoughts on what we've seen. Now, next week is the live final.
Uh-huh.
So, even though I'm pretty sure it's Baszler and Sane.
I'm glad you feel that way, because it is.
I mean, the thing is...
You're in for the fantastic match. Kyrie Sane versus Toni Storm, Mercedes Martinez versus Baszler. Fantastic stories in each of those two.
Well, again, like we said before...
Oh, my God.
I'm glad that Toni Storm went this far, because each level, I liked her even more.
Mm-hmm.
I got to see more of her.
She had a ton of personality on her first entrance, and it got higher from there.
Yeah. So, but she also didn't need the win. She just needed the exposure.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully she comes to the company. But I mean, if nothing else, I know who she is and I can keep an eye on her now. That sounds so weird. But
what? Here's the thing, man. You, me, we don't like over sexualize the women wrestlers.
Right.
We may be the only 2 fans that are like that. We like really appreciate them as athletes.
Yeah.
They're also very pretty.
Yeah.
And I love them for their personalities.
Look,
They're amazing.
Man, she hot, yo. I mean, I'm not lying. I'm not saying she's not. It's just I care more about what can she
do as a performer.
Yeah.
Because that's how close for everything.
I know we had bra and panties matches for God knows, like that's part of what made me turn off.
He's a bark like a dog. Okay, no. Well, she's a mom now.
So again, your standout of the tournament so far?
Oh my God!
You only get to pick one.
No. Says who? Oh my God! Okay.
Let us know using hashtag Wrestlepals if your not watching this live.
Okay, well, look, I don't want to go to somebody that's like up at the like high end there, because I've got a weirdly, because Baszler's going into the finals,
Right.
but I was expecting I'm gonna hate this MMA person trying to be wrestler person thingy.
Right.
No, she's a wrestler.
Yeah.
And it's very good, and she's getting booed for right reasons.
For the right reasons.
She's a bad guy. Well, she's I don't
Bad
know.
girl.
I'm not
That
checking.
just doesn't seem right either.
Yeah, it's cute. The song.
Bad woman.
Badass.
Badass.
Can- now, just to go into that briefly, they had the backstage. Did I already mention this? Oh yeah, I don't give a shit about Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
Ronda Rousey. I have seen zero personality. Nothing in that makes me think I want to see her in a wrestling ring. She's got a long way to go as far as presenting personality-wise.
Yeah.
Before I care, I don't care how badass she is. She could potentially go in there and just kill people, literally murder them in the middle of the ring. I don't want that. I'm much more interested in Shayna Baszler.
It's insane.
Why? Because she's dismissive, and that's showing me her character.
It's just insane because I've heard interviews with Rousey. Like, she was on Jay Moore's podcast at one point, and she's full of personality.
She is.
It's just trying to get it out of her, I guess.
Yeah, but she's got.
She doesn't know how to turn it on.
Well, she does. There's no showman aspect to it.
Right.
And it's a weird thing of being over the top and also subtly over the top. Over the top with a hint of subtlety. It's just there's none of that there. None.
Yeah.
None yet that I have seen. Baszler?
Yeah.
Great. But I don't want to pick her as my standout. I don't know. I'll pick Damn it, I don't. You already picked Abby Lathe. She's
Yes.
great. I like Piper, but all right, Shayna Baszler, fine.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
So mad,
But
she's bad.
But if she was somebody who you didn't expect much from the tournament, and,
I expected less than nothing.
and
I was expecting to hate.
she's far
I
exceeded.
hate her, and I love her for it.
You hate her for the right reasons.
She's mean.
Yeah, and that's a beautiful thing, baby. And we talked about JR and Lita.
Okay.
By the third round, though, and even by the second round, Lita noticeably better.
Yes.
Noticeably better. And I didn't even really even think about it when I started watching.
The beauty of a good beauty of a good announcer, adding to without distracting you.
Yep. So
yeah, it was getting there. It was getting there.
she got the hang of it. So
People gave them so much hell for that.
well, it's a bummer, because were they great to start? No, but it makes me wonder if they did anything for Lita to get her prepped for it. It doesn't seem like a WWE move to not have her ready in some way, shape, or form, but the way she sounded like she wasn't.
Yeah, and it wasn't because we had when we had Daniel Bryan and Morrow for the cruiserweight. Fantastic, because they were
Amazing.
passionate. They loved it.
Yeah.
Even when you had Michael Cole, Nigel McGuinness for the UK tournament.
Yep.
You could tell Michael Cole was being a fan and enjoying it, and it was great.
Yeah.
Lita is a fan of women's wrestling, but she doesn't have that announcer backlog. So she's trying to get to the same place with a different path, and she's getting there.
Yeah.
It'll be okay.
I think you just hit on it right there, and that's the one thing I was hoping from her was excitement.
She's definitely a fan.
She's a fan, but she doesn't know how to show that she's with her voice that she's a fan.
Yeah.
Is this about it?
Oh.
And I mean, whereas Daniel Bryan, he's just there, right. And I mean, I can't knock her. I've been in the color commentary seat, and
You've got the jacket to prove it.
I've got the jacket to prove it. It's not as easy as you think it is.
No.
And you have to have a lot of. She's got all the information there. I guarantee it. It's just again conveying that excitement that you're feeling, and utilizing the information that's in front of you, because you have one of the best to ever do it in the play-by-play right next to you.
Right.
And he will give you everything
as much as he can possibly give. He will give to you.
And all you have to do is learn how to play with it. And again, it feels like I don't want to feel like I'm running them down. I feel they were fine, and like I said, it just started rough. That's all. But that takes us to some even bigger news that happened. 2 days ago? Sunday, maybe? Saturday, Sunday? It wasn't that long ago.
I don't know.
JBL stepping down from SmackDown Live.
Weathered the storm of that everyone hating him because Morrow needed to go away for a little while.
I think Morrow coming back to the company, like, you know, kind of quelled that a little bit because the fired JBL chance like completely went away.
Yeah.
And reading into it, like, you
can't pay attention to shitty in audience fans for but so long. Don't let them dictate your. Okay.
Well, right, but like reading into it, like Morrow stepping away, JBL may have just kind of been the poster boy for what was happening.
Yeah, well, everybody wanted a reason to blame. They needed a bad guy. They went over to JBL because he was as close to a bad guy as they were going to get.
Right.
May not have been a great guy, but whatever. Yeah, he caught hell that he probably didn't fully deserve.
But at least, I mean, maybe some of it, sure, but like I don't think all of it. And then I don't think it's why he's stepping away either. Reading into it, like I think the reasons that he gave for stepping down from commentary are legit.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to do this full time anymore. Essentially, is what it breaks down to.
Right.
Is he doesn't want to do commentary full time?
How's
that so hard to believe?
I would still love to see him come back and do JBL and like the pre-show thing. That's a marquee name that I would be excited to see.
Mm-hmm.
That is no longer oversaturated. Knows the business from the in-ring and from the commentary table, and can add to those pre-show things instead of just a.
David Otunga. Although Otunga does great there, if you ask me.
Okay.
I think he's fine in those roles. Comparatively.
He ain't coming back into soon.
Instead of putting him on, you know, the broadcast team, the commentary disc, I'll take him at pre-show any day. Like it. Again, comparatively.
I want to see him do backstage interviews, but like kneeling down, so he looks like he's like 3 foot. Oh, hey.
He's a lollipop kid?
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
Again, another person would kill me.
I hear. The lollipop kids. I heard they were pervs.
Wouldn't you be? You have an excuse. Same thing I'm going to do when I'm 70. I'm a pervert when I'm 70. I'm suppressing a lot of horrible thoughts right now because I'm not near 70. But once I get 70, I'm a cute old man at that point. You can do what you want. You're right. I'm going to die before like 50. You're fine. It's okay.
So JBL steps down, but this means somebody's got to jump into that color commentary seat.
Oh God, who do we have that could fit in there? There was a lot of people like, what about Renee Young? To which Renee Young responds on Twitter, yeah, I wasn't all that great on NXT. Maybe you guys don't remember quite clearly. I mean, I'm all right, thanks. Nah, good.
I don't want to do that. Essentially, is what she said.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love the acknowledgement.
Yeah.
So who else is there? Man, they got a lot of good guys over
pull
on
up
Raw.
Nigel McGuinness.
That would be fine. That would be fine.
You know, he would fit like basically that same mold.
But you know, that's a name and a personality that's I don't think a lot of the main roster fans are too familiar with yet. So it's going to be a rebuilding if we bought him up. Wish we had a big name we could just put in there. Somebody that the fans know could get behind and.
I don't know.
Feel free. Anything.
Wait,
no, it's over on the other side.
He's over here?
No. Okay, move to the left a little bit. There you go. Yeah, now straight down. Straight. Too far. Back to your right. There we go.
He's right there.
There he's right there.
He's right there.
He's been hiding this whole time.
He's been here for what? March? March? He's been on our show?
He's been part of our show. You know what?
You have to look harder.
He's going to be in every show always. Let's bring him up a little bit. There we go. He doesn't have to hide ringside. There he is.
Ladies and gentlemen, Corey Graves.
His young man's haircut.
He's everywhere.
He's got the best young man's haircut.
He's
got the youngest man's haircut.
He's savoir-faire. He's everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
He is... I'm excited because it's the reuniting of the old NXT broadcast team now on SmackDown.
Okay.
Which I think this is going to be ultra important for SmackDown.
Shut up, Tom.
Yes.
We're going to hear Shut Up, Tom.
A lot.
In 2 hours of
Saxton.
Shut Up, Tom. Oh, my God. Because he's staying up with Raw, and he's also going to be doing SmackDown.
Right.
How is he going to tolerate both Saxton and Tom? It's ridiculous. How's the man supposed to do this?
But it's the thing that's lacking from Raw right now is the commentary team. As entities, I like Cole, but we'll talk about that again in a second.
Oh.
I like Book. He was awful at one point in his career. He's fine now. It just doesn't mesh well with that team.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Graves.
Right.
But Graves doesn't have that, you dummy, with Book.
Right.
And he certainly doesn't really have that with Cole.
Right.
Like, you can't play that way with Cole. His character's too established at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, the three of them on their own could be great.
Right.
But the three of them together, Specifically lately, Cole. I hate to hop on the, man, Cole's really bumming me out.
What's up?
This goes back to SummerSlam where, that's the Demon King. Oh, it's the Demon King. Oh, the Demon King. Sometimes you just have to let what's happening tell the story. You don't have to keep pointing it out.
It's one of those things that I always loved about JR. His most famous calls, you feel like he's sitting in the room with you going, holy shit, look at that thing.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? Like he's turning to you going, what the hell just happened? And those are the most famous calls.
Yep. By God, that chair had a family.
Chair had a family.
But I know, like, lots of people have been hating Cole for, like, a long time, and I was always quick to defend him.
There's a point where it became, it's cool to hate him.
Yeah.
Back off. You do it.
But now...
He's got an elderly man in his ear.
Yeah. But now it's just like...
Worn thin on you?
My defense of him was always when he does his job, he's great. And I still believe that. But I feel like he's not really doing his job. Well, I mean, I guess maybe his job got redefined. And even, hawking the network and all that stuff is fine.
Yeah, he gets stuck with that job a lot, doesn't he?
Yeah, but like he's still not calling the action.
Mm-hmm.
He's still adding too much information. He's still...
I always feel like he's adding the targeted information. Like, as if he was giving these bullet points and, like, these are what you have to stress on all the time.
Right.
This, and this. And push it. Even if it doesn't feel natural, even if it doesn't come off conversational, even if it doesn't fit what's happening, that's what you have to push.
Yeah.
And so he's doing the best job he can with the job that's been dictated to him. But, man, go back to that UK tournament. That's him as a fan, and it was really good.
And, I mean, that's all I'm after. Especially right now, Raw's on a roll. Like,
yes!
They have put out, I haven't seen last night's show yet, but they have put out at least two solid shows since SummerSlam. And the only reason I don't give them great is because of the length. Mm-hmm. That's not their fault. They're working in what they have. But there hasn't been a segment since SummerSlam that I was like, other than, like I said last week, the tag segment.
Yes, which is still good, but
yeah, I love all the pieces. I don't like how they're presenting.
Right.
But everything that has happened, I've enjoyed. I've enjoyed the story. It's been cohesive. They've taken turns at what is the spotlight. I mean, those are the things that SmackDown has been doing well since the brand split.
We had a strong focus this week. I haven't finished this week either. Strong focus the last week, building into this is something I feel Raw had missed for a while, was the building week to week, building a number one contender for the Intercontinental Championship into the match this week. The match felt like a big deal.
Yep,
and it was. And I'm not gonna ruin it for you, but it felt good. And it didn't have to go anywhere. It didn't have to do much.
Did you see any of the Twitter build-up between Miz and the Hardys?
Yes.
So much fun.
And so much personality. This is the Axel and Dallas that we're being robbed of.
This
is the
Pantera.
Miz.
Look it up, jerk. No, look it up, dummy.
Oh, God. Yeah, that week-to-week build. And they're building towards No Mercy. And you didn't get round two of the have you seen the Reigns-Cena?
I saw
the first thing.
The one about the zipper. That's the only thing I've seen.
I mentioned that one to you. Because that was the standout thing. Because you had their first round of promo wars last week.
Right.
Cena and Reigns. And Cena kind of schooled him a little bit. Reigns is not one to be totally bowled over. Wasn't too caught off guard. But Cena has his trump cards that he can break out at any time. He knows how to shake the situation enough to put everybody else off off balance and look good, because that's what he's supposed to do.
Yeah.
The other person's supposed to fight him back and be awesome, like, I don't know, The Miz. But this week was the second battle of their promo war, and Cena had a stock line ready to go with the zipper thing.
Yeah.
With hey, you came out here, you shook you came out here with your zipper down, expecting Roman Reigns saying, "Why are you looking there, guy?" To which he had his line ready to go, "I was looking for your balls."
Yeah.
But no, Roman Reigns off the cuff just goes, I busted out. Big dog. And it threw Cena off, but he still tried to stay in his game plan, and it felt a little off after that. It felt like Cena got shook. Slightly. He's professional. He's not going to show it. But it was definitely like, that didn't go where he wanted it to go, did you? Did it? Made me
good
happy.
For Roman.
Good for Roman.
He needs that.
And Roman's looking like an a-hole.
Good.
Cena's looking like a tough dude with a rounded personality. And I care about the match.
I care about the match greatly. I also think it's funny that people are saying, "Oh, why no mercy? Why no mercy?" Number one, it must be. I still haven't seen anything official on Joe.
Right.
I don't know what's going on with Joe. Was he even on the show last night?
No. It looked like he's got a sprain. He's out.
Okay.
But it's like one of those 4 to 6 week ones. It's not going to be forever.
Okay. Well, that's good. But everything I saw, and again, there's no proof of this because it's just dirt sheet garbage.
Yes, Joe was in the women's May. He's challenging at No Mercy.
But Joe and Cena was the rumor.
Right.
Like, that's why Cena was coming over. Well, Joe's out. Roman's got nothing to do. Cena's now got nothing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's pair them off.
Move up, because this is one of those things we were eventually going to get to. And everyone's like, this is a WrestleMania type match.
Agreed.
You're blowing it on one of these. Yeah.
No, you're not.
You're going to care about this one.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
You're giving away 2 big matches. I'm sorry, did you just want one and then just a bunch of garbage?
Yeah.
We could do that. We've done that.
Lots of times.
Yeah.
I think people tend to forget that before the first match, Rock was at Survivor Series in that tag match. The Awesome Truth versus Cena and Rock. Mm-hmm. And people forget that. This is a WrestleMania Rock. Mm.
Can you go side jag on that for a second? Rock is going to be
President?
No.
2020?
Maybe. Is going to be Black Adam, right?
Right.
Bad guy. Yeah, anti-hero eventually.
Yeah.
Bad guy. They haven't really cast as Shazam yet for him to go up against.
Shaq.
Rumor now? No, not Shaq. Rumor now. One other dude and potentially John Cena as Shazam. You might get Rock versus Cena.
In the world of superheroes.
Shazam versus Black Adam.
Huh.
Because Cena will be coming off of the Bumblebee spin-off movie, Transformers spin-off movie thingy.
Which you're excited about.
No, man. Look. We had this conversation. Matt, our friend, Matt. I don't know why I said it like
Hashtag Wrestlepals Matt.
fucking Matt.
We're in his house. What are you talking about?
He's not here. Shut up. Don't call me. Flip the phone over. Just shit on him. He's not here. Talking about I don't want to watch any movie The Rock's in.
Really?
I don't care about any Fast and whatevers.
That's true.
Jumanjis. I like G.I. Joe as a property. Didn't get. As soon as I saw him, I didn't want to watch the movie.
No love for Baywatch?
Nope. Oh, hey, tried watching that. It was an awful movie.
Oh,
I don't think.
Darn it! He
I'm
was
not
in
watching
that
a
movie
Rock
with
movie.
Wahlberg.
The other guys?
No.
No, not the other guys.
He was in that too.
Something
which
like
was
that.
good with Will Ferrell and Wahlberg.
Yeah.
That was good. That may have been the other.
Yeah,
guys.
but they were the.
They were only
F
but,
it. I hate the Rock movies. I don't like it. I'm not gonna watch Satan's right. I get what they are. They're just not for me.
Okay. There was a good one. Is all I'm saying.
There's no good Rock movie.
It's good.
If you know a good Rock movie,
Hashtag
keep that to yourself.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to hear it. I don't believe you. Tell me, and I'll actually get on social media and tell you why I don't like it. It may just be I don't like it.
Because it's not Hudson Hawk.
But if he remade Hudson Hawk, I wouldn't like it because it's a Rock in a movie. All right, sorry. A lot of side jags there. Didn't mean to. I've thrown you off of where we've been. But Corey Graves is joining both. Is going to be on both announced teams. We're going to shut off Tom's and Shinsuke Nakamura comes on Twitter, reacts to the announcement.
Kinshasa!
How much will he benefit from having
Amazing
that on commentary?
Well, I mean, the whole roster will, because again,
Absolutely, because Graves isn't about putting him. Not that JBL was trying to necessarily put himself over,
right?
but that's his character, who
Yeah.
he's been.
Yeah.
Graves has been more about, wow, that's amazing in the ring there.
Or that's stupid because
Yes.
I'm a bad guy.
Yes.
It's the whole roster is going to be. I mean, we're trying to make stars right now on SmackDown because
Corey Graves will make a star.
they all went over. They all went over to Raw. You know, all the star powers on Raw, and it's. I hate bringing ratings into it because I feel like ratings. It's stupid, but I mean it's a thing. Raw's ratings are up, or at least doing well. SmackDowns are down. We got to make some stars. Like you said, Graves will do that.
Yeah.
He does. That's what he does, and I'm excited to. I can't wait till Tuesday, tonight.
And as much as I would never wish injury on anybody, but I'm very thankful for after his injury, he put his effort and his drive into what he's doing now.
Yeah.
As he may have never been much as a wrestler, career-wise, he may never have done anything. He's en route to being a Hall of Fame announcer.
Absolutely.
And I absolutely love it.
Yeah, and what was the other option? What's old boy and Percy Watson? Nothing against Percy Watson. I just don't think he fits with that team. I think Raw has that problem too, where I don't like their team. I like all the parts. I don't like their team. SmackDown definitively has the best announced team right now.
Yeah.
Even though I think Ronaldo's the best play-by-play of the three. And honestly, I think Nigel's the best color of all of them. You look at the three of them together, Graves, Saxton, Phillips. That's the best team.
It's absolutely fantastic.
And we've got a lot of other stuff that has been happening or will be happening this weekend. I found a way to try to be able to catch up on New Japan because I didn't get to see any of G1, and
It's a shame.
These links, they don't be working.
That's fine.
Neither in Japanese nor in English. I'm willing to watch in Japanese if they would just work. I did start watching War of the Worlds UK. I got an hour in, and then my wife and kids woke up, and I was like, oh, I guess I'm not watching the rest of this. I haven't watched Nitro 97 in a long time.
You don't need
99,
to.
rather. I'm in 99.
Sorry,
so.
man. I'm searching my story here. I'm listening to you. You say Nitro 99, 97, 99. Well, it doesn't matter. You do it.
I can't wait to get back to it.
Rumors of Thunder may be coming soon.
I'm happy, but
Don't do
sad.
it.
I'm happy, but sad.
No.
I'm so happy, but so sad. Because I don't need that in my life. But I need that in my life.
Okay.
The punishment.
Did you
I've
do
been
something
an awful
bad?
person.
Like when you were a kid, did you smother another child to death or something?
No.
Good. Thank God. I was glad I didn't stumble upon some horrible
Yeah,
dark secret.
let's not talk about that.
Okay. Good. So you're around the world stuff here.
Yeah.
We had a lot of crazy events happen this weekend, and impossible to find much coverage for, which makes me so sad. We had the two biggest events going on. We had the Battle of Los Angeles,
Right.
the PWG big tournament thing that decides their number one contender going into it. Ricochet ends up winning.
Right.
You know who he is, his reputation. What I found what I think is going to be the most interesting thing to come out of it, and I can't wait to hear. PWG is a company that makes a lot on DVDs. It's very hard to find. You're not going to find a live stream of it. You're going to have to buy the DVD later. That may change. Like you said, Wrestle Circus and AAA.
Both did Twitch.
This is something PWG could jump on and be the forefront leader on. But that's beside the point. On commentary, their champion, the Kentucky Gentleman, Chuck Taylor.
Oh.
I want to hear Chuck Taylor is one of the smarmiest, most evil people on the planet, but in a remarkably entertaining way. I just want to hear him do commentary on all of these potential challengers. I would get the DVD just to hear his commentary on it. and that would make me very, very happy. The other big tournament that we had that happened, that again is like we haven't been able to get anything out of.
Well,
not much. I didn't feel like there's much build up to it this year.
I wanted to, because obviously we've got the Facebook page now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to populate the
feed with other stuff.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but like when you start searching news, it's either you get like really like dirt sheets, rumor mill garbage that I don't want to share.
So slept with so and so, and
Yeah,
so and so's mad. That's why
need
they're
none of
going to
that.
get de-pushed and shut up.
Whatever. Or you're getting a lot of WWE news, which is fine. I don't mind because again, that's most of what our audience is probably going to be watching anyway.
Right.
So I don't mind. I don't even mind that being the bulk of what we share. But like, there's other companies, and we know it. Most of the people watching know it, and if they don't, they should. But if I can't find anything on these companies, what am I supposed to do, man?
Like you said, man, I get a lot of it through tidbits, and then we go after the fact and get to look back at it. But by then, it's older news.
Yeah.
Like we had the King of Trios happen this weekend. Chikara's one of their big claims to fame.
Yeah. That's why I was surprised. There's no.
Yeah, trios wrestling and a giant tournament for it, 3-night tournament, and it was. We've had big build-ups for it in the past, but I didn't. Maybe it was just that it was this year. It was they were over in England. Wolverhampton. It's Wolverhampton.
Wolverhampton.
You know, if you got in a cab and you told them that, they'd probably get you there. It's fun. We know. I don't know why it sounds like that. It's in England for Christ's
Slept
sake.
with a demon.
Mm-hmm. What?
I'll tell you later.
But the King of Trios happened, and the winners, British Strong Style.
Oh, nice. They won?
Yes.
I saw that they were in it.
It was people that have been made their name at the UK tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
Here they are, riding that. I mean, they were great anyway.
Yeah.
And they're in England.
Trent
Seven, Tyler Bate, and Pete Dunne.
Yeah.
Why was Pete Dunne the one I could remember? Pete Dunne's the one that everybody loves.
Yeah. The bruiserweight.
Yes, fantastic. But and they knock off in the finals the Sendai girls.
Oh.
Chikara is the best. I want to be able to watch more of it. I should just commit to the Chikaratopia, their streaming service, but I have not yet.
Money.
And also ease of access too.
Yeah.
The reason why I watch the network as much as they do, they finally upped. I've got one of the Samsung Smart TVs, the Samsung, and worked out whatever they had to with the app thing, so I can get on the TV.
Nice.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Wife won't let me watch it on there, but whatever.
It's there.
She goes to work. I get 3 hours of women wrestling. Yes. I need Piper Niven in widescreen. This is gonna be great. I'm so happy. In the middle of the room, it's me and a blanket.
Where are you going with this? I think I want to know.
I gotta go home. I gotta get out of here. And so yeah, the British Strong Style wins the King of Trios tournament. Fantastic. Good promotion for them. Good promotion for Chikara. Everybody wins all around.
Yeah.
And then one other little bit of news here. As far as Japanese wrestling goes, I struggle to follow New Japan, but the one I'm going to follow is New Japan. But there are other ones as well. All Japan, big one. Noah, big one. I'm not as familiar with Takayama. Have you heard of this name in the past week?
No.
Takayama. Okay, you know Minoru Suzuki from the
Right.
G1 and all? Mean-looking son of a bitch, right?
The guy who's going to wrestle Cody this weekend.
Yeah, and he has the Jeff Hardy's lawn on his head.
Yeah.
That guy, right?
Yeah.
Meanest son of a bitch on the planet. He has two emotions: rage and sadistic joy. This is it. That's his entire range of emotions. He tagged with and kind of grew up, but it came up with Takayama over in All Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Takayama had a career-ending injury.
Oh, yes, I have seen that. Yeah.
And it wasn't off of anything funky. It was off a sunset flip.
Oof.
Sunset flip, paralyzed from the neck down.
Ow.
And they showed a press conference, Minoru Suzuki, toughest son of a bitch on the planet. He's tearing up, and it's like, oh no!
Yeah.
It's in Japanese. You read the translation. Translation doesn't mean as much as the words coming out of the guy, but you could feel the emotion coming through.
Yeah.
Listening to it in Japanese as he's holding back, as his friend is injured for life
Yeah.
now, not just out of the business. His life is going to be changed forever.
Yeah.
And it's just a weirdly touching moment, but at the same time, super sad. And it's never going to be those big crazy spots. It's always something simple. It goes back to the Perro Aguayo Jr. Just that one little snap against the rope, and you're done, man.
Dang.
Sunset flip.
I
brought the room down, everybody. All
I
right.
was reading an article recently from, well, actually, it may have. I say reading an article. I've noticed that since trying to put these articles out, it's almost always somebody reporting on an interview on a podcast.
Crazy, right?
It's ridiculous. But Omega has been making the rounds. He was on Xbox, and then he was on
Edge and Christian. I listened to that one.
Now, on one of them, and I think it was Xbox, he said he was trying to bring a safer style to New Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you say it's a sunset flip. That's not exactly... that ain't going anywhere. I mean, it's a sunset flip.
Yeah.
But, man, it seems like a lot of that news keeps coming out of New Japan. Somebody's getting, like, ridiculous.
Well, I mean, again, this was all Japan. So it's,
right.
But still, it's that Japanese strong style.
Yeah. Which everybody seems to love, but, like, at the same time.
At what cost?
Yeah.
And
I guess
it's off of something basic. So it's just a matter of you try to minimize the risk where you can.
Yeah.
And be as safe as you can wherever you can. And I don't know, man. It's just always sad.
Yeah, dude.
And it's always one of the. It's just like a freak fluke accident. It stinks.
Man, like, where do we go from there?
Home. Bye, everybody. See, no.
We got to bring it back up somehow.
Well, I did just get the message of, oh, you forgot the tag to pick up the kid. I have to run by the house before I go get the kid.
Oh.
So, yeah, maybe go.
We're close.
I know.
There isn't much else to cover, I don't think. I'm just trying to go over everything. We got Destruction coming up. New Japan's New Japan's Destruction, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, and it's Cody versus Suzuki this coming Sunday. I'm going to go out of my way to try to get that. You mentioned...
was that the ROH event, or is that a New Japan event?
I'm pretty sure it's New Japan. New Japan Destruction.
Okay.
And the main event is Suzuki versus Rhodes. Or Cody, I guess, since it's televised.
Now, are they going to... is the ROH title going to be involved in that at all? Or?
Which is, by the way, a ring now. It's a Ring of Honor.
I saw that.
Man, Cody has...
How much did the WWE miss out by not just going, do what you want?
On one hand, like, I agree.
How do they never call him the American Nightmare? That's a trademark they should have.
Yeah. On the one hand, like, I agree. But on the other hand, I'm glad it's happening this way. Because now he can go back on his terms. Exactly like Drew did. He can go back on his terms.
Right.
And walk back in and beat Cody Rhodes again.
I'm a star here.
Yeah.
I'm a star. Would you like me to be here? Cool.
I think a lot of this has to do with his dad, too. Like, I think he felt they were just keeping around because of his dad.
Right.
And, again, I read an article or an interview with him recently that said something, not exactly that, but, like, he said that if he wanted, he knows who to go to and who to ask to get the Rhodes name. Like, to be able to use it.
Right.
But I think it's better that
he's making his own.
Exactly.
His name. He's made a name out of Cody by being. They took my name. I'm gonna make my own name.
Yeah.
Good for him.
And I mean, I think it works for all involved because now, if he does return, you have a massive story to tell.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are assholes. You wouldn't let me use my name.
You conquer your name. I'm here to take my name. You jerks.
And I mean, if he doesn't ever go back,
I've conquered the world. Now I'm ready to conquer the universe.
I want so badly. Again, King of the Ring tournament. Cody Rhodes enters and wins. Like, oh, it would be beautiful. And I mean, it's on everybody's time, when it makes the most sense. Because, I mean, at this point, if Rhodes just holds on to the Ring of Honor, kiss the ring, Nathan. Did you see him make people kiss the ring?
I haven't seen that, no.
Yeah.
I will see that as soon as we leave out of here.
Two things you need to see if you haven't. One, he cuts a promo on Suzuki. where he says he's going to make Suzuki may even call me daddy. Oh, it's beautiful. And then watch the whole where he throws the belt aside and gets the Ring of Honor and makes people kiss his ring. It's great. He's doing
a jerk.
He's doing some great stuff.
What a jerk.
And it's
so good.
It's beneficial for him, clearly.
Uh-huh.
And it's beneficial for wrestling, second. And it's beneficial ultimately for WWE because now when he comes back, he's going to be a massive world star.
Uh-huh.
And again, you have a story to tell. I miss him in WWE. Obviously, I wish he was on WWE television. But I honestly and truly feel that this is better.
He's growing style-wise. He's growing personality-wise. He's growing in comfort of character. And he's defining himself without somebody else giving him a character and telling him to be this.
Yep.
That's great. It's so much easier to be who you want to be rather than be what somebody else wants you to be.
And you get the feeling that if and or when he does come back, he's going to basically have open mic.
Mm-hmm. We trust you. We've seen what you can do.
Yeah. So
you know the thing we didn't give you a chance to before? Here you go.
Here you go. Good.
Now put on the face paint. No.
Speaking of the roads, what the hell happened to Goldust?
What you mean?
Before pre-SummerSlam,
oh man,
he was on every week cutting those promos.
Oh, didn't you remember he was going to reveal his new star or starlets at SummerSlam?
Yeah, and then it was that KFC commercial, and then he's been gone since.
Was that what it was? Was the KFC commercial?
I hope to God that's not what it was. But that's the only time I saw him at SummerSlam.
Okay.
That bums me out if that's what it was. But, I mean, I haven't seen last night's Raw, but I know he wasn't on the week before or the week before. He hasn't been seen since SummerSlam. I was legitimately bought in on what he was doing. And to get nothing for 3 straight weeks, that bums me out.
Shame. That means they're building towards No Mercy, and they got no plans for him at that.
And we haven't seen him wrestle in months, which was fine when we were seeing him and it felt like it was going somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But if now we're not going anywhere,
it's a shame. Waste of talent. Oh well. Shoot.
Quick wrap on NXT 2 last week.
Oh?
Well, just NXT period. I don't know what they're going to call this ROH group. O'Reilly, Fish, and Cole.
It's a rough name.
But they're great.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not doing anything that, because they haven't had mic time or anything yet. They aren't doing anything.
I'm sorry, I didn't say Bebe after you said Cole.
That makes me think, oh man, they're great, but their presence is great.
Mm-hmm.
It's very reminiscent of NWO right now.
Right.
Where they're laying people out at random. And specifically Drew McIntyre.
Any interaction between them and Roderick Strong? Yeah.
None yet.
Okay. That could be fun.
Could be fun.
That'll make you care more about Roddy, man.
He had the big win over Bobby Roode this week too. So
get your glorious ass to SmackDown.
So now he is essentially, technically, I guess he's next in line for the NXT Championship. Or at least that's the way they made it seem on television. We'll see where it lands because Drew gets laid out by Adam Cole at the end of the show.
Interjecting themselves.
NXT is on the way back to being hot because it's been good always, you know what I mean? But there was a time where it was like, whoo, gotta watch this. These characters, these people, these matches. And it just kind of settled into this groove, and then the brand split happened, and it stinks because the whole time with Joe and Nakamura, they were great. The rest of NXT was just kind of like,
kind of there.
You know, other than,
not on that level.
Not on that level.
Not bad, just not on that level.
I think the problem was Joe and Nakamura elevated the product too far. And like if you didn't have Joe and Nakamura at the top, like everything else would have still had that wow factor. But now you're developing something must watch on NXT again. And that's what they've been lacking. Something that you have to see. You've got a couple characters. I still love Velveteen Dream, even though we haven't seen him in weeks.
I know you do.
Man, he great.
Have they done the thing with the Red Cup thing yet? Have you seen the Red Cup thing?
The Street Profits?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been on a
Crowd
couple
have
times.
red cups?
A
Seems
couple
so
people-
easy.
A couple people have had them.
The
Mostly
crowd,
front row guys.
the crowd's going to be full of red cups here soon.
Oh,
I
they
can
will.
almost guarantee.
That tag team, there's Angelo Dawkins, we've seen several times.
Package, repackage.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get the thing.
Yeah, I'm mixing
Soup?
it up, and
Soup? You want
I
soup?
like
You
I
hungry?
like chicken noodle,
Everyone does.
tomatoes.
Kung Fu Chicken Noodle. The Kaiju Big Battle. Never mind. Oh, God, I've gone down another rabbit hole.
Do you want to travel to Brooklyn? Their next two big shows, I think, are in Brooklyn and Massachusetts. Massachusetts
Oh, dear God.
in October and November.
Hmm.
I'm seriously considering.
I know you are.
I don't know if I can make the October because I want to say it's like October 8th.
Oofa.
So, I mean, it's.
A little close funding-wise.
But I imagine tickets are probably not expensive
Because,
at the Bell House.
yeah. We'll talk about that off air.
Saved by the Bell House.
I'll give you three last little quick hits before we get rolling here. First of all, the Fashion File Season 2 is
Yes.
kicking into high gear. Good for them. A tweet came out. Zack Ryder said, gorgeous, found the rest of my shirt. Zack Ryder had a shirt cut with, like, all that was left of the shirt. He cut not just the sleeves, but the sides out, too.
Uh-huh.
So all he had left was basically just kind of a dickie of a Bromy shirt. And there, right next to him, is Tyler Breeze with the rest of that shirt, the sleeves, just taped back together, and it's taped back together across. I don't know how to describe it other than that. Tyler Breeze being stupid. Guess what? Over as hell with me. Love it. It's stupid, and I dig it.
I saw at one point on Twitter somebody tweeting, "Yeah, why aren't Brizongo wrestling? We want to. When's the last time they wrestled?" And Breeze's response was, "No, we're still wrestling, but like people didn't care then; they do now."
Uh-huh.
I mean, not only is it simple, but it's true.
Getting more over, less bumps.
Yeah,
Good
good
for you.
for them.
And when they go in the ring, it's gonna be
It'll be
even
huge.
better. Yeah. Two more quick bits. Next one looks like Sexy Star's getting stripped of of her AAA title.
So have you read either of the things?
I read the first response she had, where it was like, "What's wrong with you, man?
She had a stroke while she was typing it.
What?" And then she has like a 4 or 5 page response out now. I haven't read that.
Right.
Is she at least apologetic in
No.
this? No.
I guess her official response is,
Uh-huh.
"I told her I was going to do it."
Okay. Break her arm. That's nice. Dislocated at the elbow. Sweet.
Yeah.
Nice.
She didn't disagree to it.
Uh-huh.
That's her official response.
Okay.
I mean, at least
I'm gonna break your arm. Okay. Cool.
I mean, at least it felt like sincere, like she was actually saying something. It wasn't some babbling madness. I don't know what the hell I'm typing.
Mm-hmm.
But
Sounded like an Ultimate Warrior promo. Just, you don't want to read a transcript of this.
No.
It's not just like, oh god, is that a good idea? I don't want to do that. Dramatic reading of an Ultimate Warrior promo.
I mean, I wanted to do like those promo janks,
Gone.
and we just never got to it.
Oh,
we do
God.
need video content. All right, Nathan, we're doing it.
All right. Last little bit of news before we gotta go.
Uh-huh.
I want to leave you on a happy note. Left you on a sad note earlier. Ric Flair.
He ain't dead, motherfuckers.
Okay, God. Okay, look. He comes out, he says that. He's back. He's at least on Twitter,
Uh-huh.
being interactive with the fans. He's with it. He's going to be signing something somewhere. It's what he does. It's what he's going to do. Was it Magnum TA that was pissed off about it?
Yes. Well, he couldn't get into Disneyland or
Okay,
Disney
well,
World.
that's beside the
Nathan.
point. It was like Magnum TA comes out with he's like the stepdad of Tessa Blanchard.
Tessa, yes.
Yes. So there's a whole thing about
I knew it was you, Tessa Blanchard.
But Magnum TA is like, hey, you had all these people praying for you, and now you're using this kind of sassy, salty language, you jerk.
Ric Flair.
It's Ric Flair. He just not died. Give him a break, man.
He kicked out at 2.
Nope. Jesus. Ric Flair's still alive.
He's still
Magnum
alive.
TA is mad.
He's not
probably.
dead, motherfuckers.
Okay,
That shirt is
okay.
great. That shirt is great.
You know what? I'm with Magnum TA now. God damn it, we're going to Disneyland on our hover rounds. We're getting on Space Mountain. We're not getting on Space Mountain.
On purpose.
On purpose. It's
Screw you, Ric Flair.
Oh, Christ.
Where? he here?
He's with Magnum, oddly enough.
Okay. So this was a lot before we hit the outro and all that. This is a lot closer to the time that we're going to try to be on. We were a little bit later than we want to be because we had to set up some audio stuff, which we still didn't set up right.
And there's the whole kids' school thing and stuff.
Yeah.
And
things happened.
life is weird.
We're also still trying to get used to the new setup. So there's stuff.
A cat.
There's a cat. Plus, we had to break into Matt's house. So
Jerk. You don't show up at the show, you get run down. I know he's at work, all right?
He's at work, man.
I know it's his place, all right? Whatever. Oh!
I'm not going to do
Is that what you want?
No.
Let me just play it off my phone.
Nah. Please don't. You might be able to hear it in the background. We'll figure out what was set up wrong.
That's fun. It's coming out of a little laptop speaker.
Yeah.
We're hashtag Wrestlepals. He's hashtag Wrestlepals Justin. If you need to get a hold of him, at the Hulkster on Twitter. He will respond. He's a good dude like that. Me, I'm a hashtag Wrestlepals Nate. I'm at the Nate Project on Twitter. I won't respond. I'm not a good dude like that. Nope.
He won't tweet back to me.
I see it. I feel weird. I feel awkward. I hide. I literally hide in the room.
We do a show later.
Yeah.
After I tweet him. And he didn't respond to me.
I gotta go now. Any social media platform or even like on a piece of paper or a bathroom wall, hashtag Wrestlepals. He will find it.
Somebody else used it the other day.
Jokingly, playfully.
Yeah. And I'm like,
nope, you're on the show now, doofus.
Way to go. I found you.
He does that. God. I guess we'll work out the whole what we're going to push to.
At least for now,
meantime.
the YouTube.
Yeah, okay, dig it.
Go to our YouTube. It's hashtag Wrestlepals spelled out.
Written out, hashtag?
Yep.
Wrestlepals.
Yep. Sorry, they won't let me put a hashtag in the YouTube URL.
Jerks.
What do you want from my life?
All right, we got to get out of here because the music's over.
Yep.
Goddamn hashtag Wrestlepals. I lost my keys and my little doggy's bone. So I picked him up and I'm going to carry home. But he a mean dog, bit me in the spare rib. And I'll take him home, put him in the baby crib. Yeah, I don't know the words that AJ Styles. You know who you are? You're phenomenal. Phenomenal.